Hello, my name is Natalie Hetman, and this is my Follow the Leader presentation for Graduate Leadership Class 719. The leader that I selected to describe in my presentation is Keely Benton. Keely was my supervisor for about 8 months and had left a lasting impact on my personality and my work ethics. Keely has about 15 years in accounting and managerial experience and a CPA license. She was hired to fill a controller position with the company. First, I would like to describe the organization at which we were both employed. The company was a subsidiary of one of the largest Italian shipbuilding companies. It used to be an independent company until it was bought out by an Italian company in order to enter the US market in shipbuilding and ship repair, as well as servicing US Navy. The company had the main office in Chesapeake, Virginia, and secondary offices in Corpus Christi, San Diego, Japan, and Bahrain. In total, it employed around 65 employees, not including the subcontractors. Second, I would like to take a few minutes to describe organization design. The company was very multicultural. It had an Indian CEO and an Italian CFO who reported directly to the parent company in Italy. And in addition to the US employees, the company employed people from such countries such as Italy, India, Ukraine, Japan, and Bahrain. The management of the company was mostly male-dominated, about 80% males and 20% females. Most managers came from military background. The accounting department was headed by an Italian CFO. Keely reported directly to the CFO and managed 3 employees in the accounting department. I would like to start building Keely's leadership profile by describing her leadership traits. Keely's most distinctive traits include self-confidence, sociability, knowing how to get things done, and willingness to take responsibility. Her exceptional knowledge of accounting standards and regulations and successful progression of her accounting career contributed to her self-confidence. However, her self-confidence never crossed the line to arrogance. She had the ability to enhance self-confidence in others by openly praising them for the job well done. This trait made her one of the most liked and respected managers in the organization. By being always ready to jump into resolving any complex issues and always having a positive attitude, made her an essential member of management team and inspired admiration from her peers and her subordinates. Keely did not hesitate to take responsibility for her own actions and for the mistakes made by her direct reports. If mistakes were made, she would not get agitated and lash out on the employees responsible, but would try to find a reason why did mistake happen, how can it be prevented from happening in the future, and analyzed what could have been done differently. I can proudly say that Keely practiced ethical leadership by not being afraid or hesitant to stand up for what is right, and by always setting high ethical standards, such as honesty, diligence, responsibility for one's actions, and fairness. Keely possessed a variety of leadership skills that made her an effective leader. Her superior communication skills created an atmosphere of understanding and openness within the accounting department and helped to bridge the cultural gap between US and Italian employees. Keely had a keen ability to make employees feel comfortable in her presence and to be able to openly discuss any work-related issues or personal matters. She was a great listener and took her time to understand the problem, break it down to its smaller components, and emotionally come up with the most reasonable solution and course of action. She was able to express her reasoning behind the solution, but never pushed or demanded to follow her proposed course of action, and let the person who came to her for advice to make his own decision. She was very skillful in using the influence tactics. She rarely used pressure exchange influence tactics, but instead she relied heavily on rational persuasion and consultation. To achieve success, she used emotional appeal and solid evidence to back up her arguments. Her ability to communicate complex assignments to her staff made it much easier for them to become more effective and confident in accomplishing their tasks, and not to feel afraid to ask questions when something was unclear. As an effective leader, she used a variety of leadership styles based on the circumstances and the situation. She used directive style when she needed her staff to timely complete assignments under a tight deadline, such as end-of-the-month tasks or financial and governmental audits. However, her directive style was not authoritarian. She was always open to hear about new ideas to complete the task more efficiently and effectively. She also used participative and supportive styles of leadership. If due to changing nature of financial reporting and growing company needs, new tasks needed to be completed, she did not hesitate to ask her subordinates' opinion on organizing and completing the tasks and coming up with new procedures. Keely used task-oriented behaviors and people-oriented behaviors based on the situation. For example, when tasks were needed to be completed under a strict deadline, she used task-oriented behavior to formulate, assign, and delegate the tasks. However, when working on improving processes and procedures, she used people-oriented behavior to make sure that new processes that are put in place benefited the individual as well as the company. I have learned many important lessons by working with Keely. Keely's success as a leader is inspirational and admirable. It proves that an effective leader should possess a variety of traits and skills and the ability to effectively apply different leadership styles based on the situation and the environment. However, if I had to outline the most important lesson that I have learned, it would be the necessity for the constant and relentless self-improvement and self-development. This completes my presentation. Thank you.